Hello, I'm Bella, and welcome back. We're going to continue on with the main story, A Hero in the Making. Let's talk to Minfilia. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. Might it have something to do with your newfound fame? Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Yida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid, and no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Bella, or rather, you have guests. Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Bella, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Bella's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other Grand Companies? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Stardust. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mr. Stardust. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? Jatara was like so concerned that he was going to hit her. A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Bella hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Bella, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Bella, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. With the power you possess, there will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. Okay. Let's talk to you guys. That Elder Seedseer speaks only truth, and her words have the power to touch the soul. At the sound of her voice, all fall silent and attend her. The Flame General is a passionate man, and his words never fail to light a fire in the belly of those who listen. I am sure you will be no exception. When the Admiral speaks, even pirates listen, and that is no small thing. She is a born leader, the kind one would gladly follow to the 7th hell. I don't know which company I'll choose this time around. I usually go for Ulda or the Maelstrom. Yes, things have changed now. No one over here. Ariage, what you reading? The destruction that visited this land cannot be attributed to the forces of the Empire alone. Worm of midnight, of breath infernal, for some, a legend made flesh, for others, an insidious symbol of memory lost. We grasp but a piece of this puzzle. Much and more must we question and contemplate ere the fallen moon revealeth its myriad secrets. I have heard word of your deeds. I am sparing in my praise, so know that you have truly impressed me. Be that as it may, it is fortunate that Thancred arrived when he did. Had he been but a moment later, I shudder to think what may have transpired. An experienced warrior like Abba won't die so easily. He's strong, fast, cunning. Aye, he'll come back safe. I must confess, I do rather miss the obnoxious Makote's company. Abba is taking part in a joint operation with the Immortal Flames. I imagine he is having the time of his life right now. Everything looks to be in order. Right, on to the next customer. Okay, now they're just talking. Got a friend, Unatayu. What you eating? Oh, hello again, lass. Meet Persevanes. We was thick as thieves in the old days. At least, I think we was. Or it might have been that he was a right creepy bastard, and I did me best to avoid him. Still, we was both members of the old order, so either way, we're in this together, eh? You put us all to shame with your recent performance in the field. If I'm to keep up, I dare say I'll need bigger knives. "5 years ago, the 3 grand companies joined as one and fought the Guardian Empire at the Cartana Flats. And now, for the first time, the people will gather to remember those who fell in the battle. That being said, no one has any clear memory of what transpired that fateful day, not even the leaders of each nation." Speeches? Oh yes, I love them. There's nothing like a good exposition when you're having trouble sleeping. What he had to say to Taru. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Bella. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seedsir Kane Senna will deliver her address at Mikedo's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ulda, where Flame General Rabon Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Laminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merylwib Blofusfin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthiel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Some people let fame swell their heads, but I believe that yours will remain in proportion and firmly attached to your body. Okay, so we will go as prescribed. Okay, so that's 29. Like I said, I think we're coming back here after the mail or after the Grand Company stuff, and then I'll unlock this one. Mikado's Amphitheater. That's where we're going. Let me just check, make sure there's no new ones unlocked over here. No. Okay. So you've got some people already waiting.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand,
That's our
the
Archer
Hyur
friend.
and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization. And soon, they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals! If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service.
I'm a son.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they have summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelves Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. Alright, so now we're off to Ul'dah.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Hurrah! Rauban!
Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raubon?
She's so cute.
People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the
For
Sultana!
victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I find that you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Alright, and last but not least, off to Limsa. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our Grand Company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Carteneau. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt Pirate and Maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Mervyn!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribes' presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Laminson's backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Laminsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Bella, this is Mephilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Hurry, I shall. Do you guys say anything new? No. Welcome back, Bella. Were the Grand Company leaders' words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Bella. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
With the power you possess, there will be those who wish you ill. Okay, you say the same thing. Okay. Alright. Well, I've always chosen these two, so... And since I started in Gridania, let's go for the Twin Adder this time around. Ah, I take it the Elder Seedseer's words have touched your heart. Have you resolved to entwine your destiny with that of the Twin Adder? Yes. You have chosen wisely, my friend. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed. Without further ado, let us speak of practical matters. In order to complete the enrollment procedure, you must report to the Adder's Nest. The company you keep, Twin Adder. The Twin Adder recruitment officer seems eager to welcome you to Gridania's Grand Company. I dare say you know it well from your wanderings in New Gridania. Give your name to the personnel officer there, and he will guide you through the formalities. I have no doubt but that your deeds will bring great honor to our order. When next we meet in Gridania, I shall be proud to call you sister. I shall send word to the Adder's Nest so that our people know to expect you. Give your name to the personnel officer, and he will guide you through the formalities. Sorry I didn't choose you guys. What's this? You mean to take up with the Adders? But did the awe-inspiring figure of General Robot not stir you? He can seem a trifle intimidating, but I'm sure you'd warm up to him, given time. No, I love his speech. I think he has one of the best ones. If your mind is made up, then there is no help for it. Yet know that, like the tide, men's hearts are apt to change. If and when yours does, you may be certain of a warm welcome from us. Good to know. I don't know if they change yet until after you come back. Okay, it seems like everyone's the same, so that must change after. Alright. You are welcome to the Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toil in the Elementus' name for the good of our forest nation. My name is Bella Stardust. I believe you are expecting me. Ah, the great adventurer herself. Yes, our recruitment officer sent word that you were on your way. It is a pleasure and an honor both to welcome you to our ranks, friend. Now, let me gather together the relevant documentation. Sir. What is it? Report. An urgent message from MSQ Spire, sir. A Highwind Skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of Nine Ives. Nine Ives? Gods, this could not have come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with the Ixal. Bella, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will have come down dangerously close to Garlean-occupied territory. Please make all haste to the area southeast of Nine Ives. Locate the airship and ascertain the status of the passengers. Is that over there? Okay. So we have to go this way. You know, while we're heading that way, I could use the Aetherite, but let's go make a retainer. Where'd he go? Over here. Hi. Greetings. I take it you have come to see me about a retainer? Hire a retainer. According to our records, you may hire up to 2 retainers. Currently, you have no retainers in your employ. Okay, yes. Excellent. We have quite a few men and women on our lists, so I invite you to describe the retainer you desire, down to the most minute detail. There is actually a previously saved one that I'd like to use, yes. Which one was it? Yes. There we go. A hot kitty boy. Yes. We will use him. Yes, yes. Satisfied. Okay. I can think of several retainers that are exactly as you describe. Oddly enough, they have strikingly different personalities. If you would be so kind as to state a preference, it would be most helpful. Let's see. Polite, rough, serious, carefree, independent, lively. Oh, let's go for polite. Very well. I have just an individual in mind. When summoned, this retainer will greet you just so. How may I be of service, madame? And when dismissed, this retainer will bid you farewell just so. That will be done. Alright, now. Let's see. Lively? What's lively? Just a fair maiden I was hoping to see. Tell me your heart's desire. When dismissed, this retainer will bid you farewell just so. That I have satisfied your every need? Excellent. I do so take pleasure in servicing my clients. Let's do this one. Excellent. It is also customary to give a retainer an application of one's own making, a nickname, as it were. We find this deepens the bond between our clients and the retainers. Alright, so a term of endearment that I like to say is darling. So, hi darling. Or darling. Darling. Sounds appropriate. One moment, please, while I draft the proper documentation. Congratulations. Darlin is now in your employ. You can summon your new retainer using the nearby bell. If you have any further questions or requests, please do not hesitate to ask. Summon bell. Let's try it. Okay. Just the fair maiden I was hoping to see. Tell me your heart's desire. You can set them to do tasks. I think you have to do like a side quest to unlock the ventures, correct? Let's see. You can edit the comment that they make. Let's see, sell. I have some like weapons I can sell. Sure. Put up for sale. Entrust to retainer. What does that do? Have retainer sell items. Oh, that's what you could do. Okay. So So you can put it up on the market, or you can sell gear directly through them. See, item comparison. Oh, that's what I currently have. Okay. So let's see, put up for sale. Compare prices. Alright, so then let's confirm. Okay. It looks like I can't sell these. So I'm just gonna sell the ones that that aren't my class. Let's do that. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Item buyback? Alright, I'm good. I have satisfied your every need? Excellent. I do so take pleasure in servicing my clients. Thank you for your service, darling. Yes, please. But this is so nice. An adventure by the look of you. Smells sweet, does it not? Sweet Bloom Pier, it's called, and not for nothing. You know, I think I can actually... Come over here. Hi. What do you have? Nothing for me. Okay. It's a storehouse. Why do they have like this little thing over here? Just for fishing? Oh, brambles. That is very intimidating. Now let's see. I think I have some hunting stuff here as well. So the lemur, the honeyard, mandragora, fairy funguar, a giant gnat, raptor poacher, and a wild boar. Okay, if we come across them, we'll kill them. I believe this is the honey yard over here. And I won't, like, we're gonna come here for the main story, so I'll talk to them then. And I've done this one before, so I'll skip this. 8. And I'll skip the major exploration until we come here for the main story. Aha! I will kill though. That reminds me, I think the honeycomb was over here, or the honey yard. So let's see if we can find those. Aha! Mandragora. Oh, let's try this. Wind bite. Okay. I just needed one. Stick along the path. Giant gnat right over here. Nasty bugs. Got that. There's the fairy fungus. Attack this thing. All right. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. The Adder's nest sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Peace, friend. We mean you no harm. You are an engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We were alerted to your plight and have come to rescue you. And you are Bella Stardust, I presume? I was told to expect an honorary servant. My thanks for your aid, friend. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. Is there no end to the man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong to Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Imperial scouts from Castromorians. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Attend me all. The Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garlean hands. We shall strike them, swift and sure, and rescue Engineer Wedge. Bella, I trust we can rely on your support. May the matron watch over us. With me. An ambush. To arms. Yay, level up. Biggs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So, how's she looking anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. While you do your work, we shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may yet be lurking nearby. As for you, Bella, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to the Adder's nest and complete your enlistment. I pray there will be no further interruptions. When next we meet, let it be as fellow serpents of the Order. I, just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Twin Adder lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Okay. So I guess we go back to Nugadana. Yeah, okay, so an ill-conceived venture. That's what unlocks. So let's do that. Several ventures are having difficulty summoning their retainers. Should you wish to offer your assistance, you will find these troubled souls in Limp's Limits of Gridani and Ulda. The rewards will be the same regardless of whom you help, so do not hesitate to aid the adventurer of your choice. Sure. An ill-conceived venture. Something weighs heavily on the adventurer's mind. She's never ignored a summons before. I beg your pardon, madam, but would you be willing to aid a fellow adventurer? It's about my retainer. She hasn't returned from her latest venture to Nine Ivis, and I fear something terrible may have happened. I would track her down myself if I could, but I have an important appointment I must needs keep. Mayhap you could go and search in my stead. I will go back after I finish this main quest here. Bella, it does my spirit well to see you returned. Word arrived but moments ago from the team at Nine Ivies. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission's success. Had you not found Engineer Biggs when you did, and helped us to rout the Garleans, things might have been very different. And all this before you were even inducted into the Order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. But without further ado, let us see to your induction. 12 willing, there won't be any further interruptions. Woods will be done. The personnel officer stands ready to complete your induction into the ranks. Protocol requires that I apprise you of who we are and what we do, after which I will invite you to swear an oath of your own free will. Ahem. The Order of the Twin Adder is the Grand Company of Gridania. It brings together the martial, economic, and technological resources of our nation, that we might stand strong in times of direct adversity, when our very survival hangs in the balance. Our order was formed in the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Garlean Empire, and to combat the beast tribes and their primals. Needless to say, our struggle continues to this day. Elder Sitsir Kane Senna is the supreme commander of our forces. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania and the sanctity of the Twelveswood. As the entwined serpents, the Greysire standard, let Forsborn strive as one with friends from afar to ensure that peace shall ever reign in Gridania. In so doing, we honor the will of the elementals, and theirs is the will of the wood. Now then, Bella Stardust, I ask that you give unto us your oath of allegiance, in whatever fashion you see fit. The second one's a little much. So, woods will be done. So you know the words of our grand company, that is well. Bound by this common belief, let us strive to preserve all that is good in this great nation. By the power vested in me, I assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd Class. You are now a woman of the Order of the Twin Adder. Go forth, Private Stardust, and do that which brings peace to the Twelveswood and honor to our name. Can you hear me, Bella? This is Memphilia. An officer of the Order of the Twin Adder contacted me with the news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Stardust. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a Serpent of Gridania, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. The distant call of a friend in need, perhaps. As you are needed elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking with High Serpent Commander Versailles Hirola before you depart. He may provide you with assistance on the journey ahead. You may now accept the quest, My Little Chocobo. Yes. Alright. Alright, I will come back and unlock that, because again, we're gonna be coming back here. And I need to get the seals first. Mira and Papa Limo, they're sacred. Following the calamity, each nation's armed forces underwent large-scale restructuring centered upon its grand company. In Gridania, the Order of the Twin Adder absorbed both the Wood Whalers and the Goddess's Quiver, while the Lamensons enacted the complete merger of the Maelstrom and the Knights of the Barracuda. Ul'dah is the odd nation out, having made no notable changes to its armed forces. As before, and in the spirit of the Sultanate, each entity retains a certain degree of independence. Let me see if I have this right. You're an adventurer who's a scion and a serpent? Golly, how do you keep track of everything? It must be fun pairing up with lots of different people. Though. Me? I'm always with Papalymo. Come to think of it, why am I always with Papalymo? The incident with the traitor still weighs heavily on everyone's minds, the Flame General's most of all. And although he cannot be expected to know what evil lurks in the hearts of every man under his command, the revelation is nevertheless a devastating blow to his authority. Even so, it warrants saying that you should not let this tragedy color your opinion of the man. In all my years working with the Flame General, I've never had reason to doubt his capacity to lead. I got Brennan. I heard tell one of my brothers came through not long ago. Looks like I just missed him though. I ain't seen either one of them since the calamity. Didn't even know if they were still alive. But after running into folk who swore they knew me time and again, I reckon they'd had to be out there somewhere. I've been traveling and peddling in the hopes I'd find me brothers ever since. If you see a fellow what looks like me, let him know that Brennan's looking for him, would you? Fate shall be thy guide. When our purposes become one, once again shall our paths lead us here. Our city of learning is now naught but shadows. Ere the light of dawn breaketh, shall we follow whither the sand blows. We will continue to focus our efforts on investigating the primals. The Amalja are not the only tribe that has succeeded in summoning its deity. I hear you pledged yourself to a grand company. Me? I don't think I could do it. I never feel like one of them, no matter what the recruiters say. I'm not sure I grasp the purpose of these remembrance ceremonies. Whether you remember or rewrite the past, what does it matter? It isn't as though you can repeat it. Our present-day enemies ought to serve as sufficient motivation, don't you think? The only lesson I believe we should take from the calamity is that far greater threats can and will appear. An armor mender. I'm good for now. But we can buy this. Okay. Use that. Oh, what's happening? He's protecting her. I've been chatting with Perseverance, and we both swear there was another member of our crew. We still ain't figured out a way to prove who he was, but just you wait and see. It won't be long before everybody sees us for the heroes we is. And Leovine. Have we met somewhere before? You must be quite the accomplished adventurer to be welcomed into these halls. Me? No one's ever expected much of me, and so far, I've done a fine job of living down to their expectations. I think Leovine was part of, what was that healer whose fiance died? Well, Leovine was a part of that party. Welcome back, Bella. Lady Mephilia waits you within. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting her skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with a tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Bella. Now, when last we spoke, I said that I wanted to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Godsman, spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the gatekeepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Self-management. Minfilia needs you to investigate the sylphs.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylph's favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Our mission is to make contact with the Sylphs, with the ultimate goal of finding a peaceful resolution to the threat posed by Ramuh. Be fairly warned, the Sylphs are a unique people to say the least, and you may find yourself bewildered by their customs at first. Yet know that Ira and Papalimo will be on hand to support all your endeavors. Let's see if anything else changed now. Okay, we got Biggs and Wedge up here. We haven't forgotten how you saved us, Bella. Don't worry, Wedge and I mean to repay the favor in kind. I like it here. Safe, hidden, a bit dank and dingy perhaps, but I've known worse. Plus, the receptionist was rather charming, don't you think? Oh, he has a crush on Tataru. Ramuh, beloved primal of the Sylphs, rooted is he in the laws of Eld, the stern arbiter of the forest. Legend hath it, this thunderous entity appeareth in the guise of an elderly sage. Thus doth history oft speaketh of the old man of the woods. The merchants told me it was Brent that delivered their goods. Maybe if I wait a while, you'll come back with another shipment. Ava neglects to mention that our allied forces suffered heavy casualties. The operation succeeded, but at great cost. With an outcome like that, should we truly consider it a victory? Ava says we should, but I'm not so sure. They tell me you were instrumental in Ifrit's defeat. Bravo, Bella, bravo. Perhaps he heard of my exploits. The flames and I struck a decisive blow against the lizardmen by destroying and pillaging their stores of crystals. Aye, they won't be summoning their primal again anytime soon. With the addition of the 2 engineers you rescued, the Waking Sands has become lively indeed. Were you aware that entry to the Sands requires the fulfillment of certain conditions? One must either gain recognition from the Scions, or earn the approval of Tataru. Our Lalafell cleric has quite a discerning eye for character. Heribert? The name's Heribert. I've taken up residence here, for reasons I'd prefer not to delve into. I may not be of much use on the battlefield, but I know a thing or two about dealing with people. If you find yourself in a bind, you do well to avail yourself of my services. Got your new friend? Guess what, Bella? We found our 3rd man. 'Twas bleeding Satsflo. Bugger me. How could I ever forget about Satsflo? Aye, the 3 of us was always together, I think. Once upon a time, I aspired to make my name as an adventurer. It all came crashing down that fateful day when I lost the man who led my party, the man who had won my heart. If I could not protect my love, how could I hope to protect my realm? I sunk to the depths of despair. Pathetic, is it not? Others may have come to join some great cause, while I am here only because I have nowhere else to go. So she loved, I think his name was Aver. It's like, again, you deserve better. Okay, so I think we can head back to New Gridania. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to Ah, beg pardons. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to that adder's nest? Ah, there's a couple here. We come in peace. Commander Vorsail Hulwa, guess how you say his name, has been awaiting the aid of scions. Well, if it isn't Private Stardust, reporting for duty. That's the zeal I'd like to see from enterprising young serpent. Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Yida and Papalymo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylphs' favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs. It should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver, indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalymo. Alright, so let's unlock these other two. My little chocobo. Vorsail believes it past time you were issued a personal chocobo. Ah, Private Stardust. I understand you have been working tirelessly in Gridania's name. You are truly an example to your fellow serpents. But tell me, have you ever felt as though you couldn't get to your destination quickly enough, that perhaps you could do with a swifter pair of legs? If so, you might consider getting a personal chocobo. You have yet to be issued your own bird, am I correct? Given your considerable talents, you should be able to obtain one in no time at all. Let me tell you how to go about it. First, you must obtain a serpent chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to our man, Singwar, and he will furnish you with a suitable bird. Serpent quartermaster, this person? Here. Okay. pup no longer. Borsail Hula would have you begin your training in earnest. Listen well, Private Stardust. The Order of the Twin Adder does not just welcome glory seekers willy-nilly into our ranks. You stand here today because we believe in your potential. We believe that you will go forth as a serpent and help restore order to a world gone mad. And yet, potential alone will not carry you far. Indeed, the road to glory is littered with the bodies of would-be heroines who lacked the determination and diligence to hone their innate talents. But you will not suffer the same fate. I am certain of it. It is with such high hopes for your future that I would send you to begin the next phase of your training. The venue shall be the Wolf's Den, a proving ground established by the Orzian Alliance to prepare Grand Company recruits for the battles that lie ahead. The Wolf's Den is to be found just off the shores of Lenosha. The ferry at the Marabi dry docks in Lower Lenosha will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain Bergoya Latalson. I have already taken the liberty of submitting a letter of recommendation on your behalf. Alright, let's do that really quickly. Yes, take me to the Wolf's Den. This is a cool area, though. Yeah, so I know this one, like, takes to PvP testing grounds, so I'm just gonna skip that one side quest. I don't recall seeing your ugly mug around here before. You say that Hulua sent you? You said he was sending a new wolf to the den. Bah! More like the runt of the litter, if you ask me. You barely have fangs for the honin, but I guess I'm feeling goddamn generous, so I'll throw you a bone. Start yourself off with crystalline conflict. Them training bouts are made special for feckless adventuring types who can't tell sound strategy from a horse's ass. I still reckon it won't be dawn before you run home with your tail between your legs, crying for your mom, but you can have a word with Lieutenant Zelungi if you insist on giving it a go. You'll find him outside, assuming you can work up the nerve. Stand up straight, maggot. This ain't no place for the weak of spine. Dismissed. I will not be doing this. But at least I unlocked it, though. Okay. The Crystal Lion's Call. Earning your wings. It's time to duel. Yeah, this game has too much. There's too much to do in this game. But there you go. Can you come up here? I'll still explore though. Here to scout out potential opponents, I'd wager. Well, if you're wasting your time, there's no way of knowing who you're going to face in the pit until you actually face them. If you are serious about winning, you must learn to adapt whatever is thrown at you. Either hit the ground running or simply hit the ground. I feel like this is something that you'd see in Pirates of the Caribbean. Definitely has that vibe. Someone fishing up here. Mender. Boatloads of supplies and provisions are delivered daily, and it takes the better part of my ship to sort through them all. It's no small coup, keeping this place running smoothly, but we give it our best, that you adventurers might concentrate on beating each other senseless. You can come here to the arena and clout your mates anytime you please, so long as you stick to the rules. I'll pound them into that skull of yours if I have to, and that's assuming your opponents don't bash your head in first. Either way, suffering builds character, I always say. What is the arena? This here arena was built so pups like yourself can sharpen your claws without having to climb down into the pit. Of course, it won't do you any good to stand around fighting your shadow. You'll need a mate what'll agree to cross some blades. Whether you're warming up for your next big bout or practicing some fancy new technique, you're not like to find a better spot. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, like civilized men and women. Alright, I'll come back another time for that one. So, get our chocobo. Want a bird issue, you say? Then I'll need to see your serpent chocobo issuance. Serpent Chocobo issuance. Present this deed to the Order of the Twin Adder Company stables to receive your own chocobo. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. Quack! Quack! Sweetling. I'll call you Sweetling. Quack! I dare say he likes his name. Here's your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Use that. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Broadening horizons. A house that death built. And a sight to behold. I might just wait and do these next time. Alright, so we got quite a bit done and we got a little bit more exploring to do. So next time we will unlock those other quests around here and then we will continue on with the main story. Oh, and we get to do Bard as well. Yes, yes, it's coming along. I'm getting a little scattered, but we're doing it. Full exploration. Not quite fully. There are some things I'm going to exclude, but for the most part, I'll experience pretty much everything. Alright, give a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!